Hello everyone, this Barcelona news world. FIFA's urgent action after controversial officiating in Barcelona versus Inter Milan. BARCA news world. Welcome back to BARCA news world, your go-to destination for the latest updates and deep dives into everything FC Barcelona and world football. Today we're covering a breaking development that has sparked major debate across the football world. After the highly controversial Champions League semi-final between Barcelona and Inter Milan, FIFA has made the rare move to suspend referee Simon Marciniak. The decision follows growing outrage from fans, players, and club officials over several key decisions that many believe swayed the outcome of the match. The clash at San Siro was nothing short of epic, with both sides fighting tooth and nail for a place in the Champions League final. But instead of just the players, it was the refereeing decisions that stole the headlines. At the heart of the controversy was Marciniak's handling of two pivotal incidents. First, a penalty awarded to Inter Milan after a VAR check ruled Pau Cubarsi's challenge on Lautaro Martinez as a foul. In contrast, Barcelona's appeal for a penalty, after Henrik Mkhitaryan brought down Lamine Yamal, was dismissed with the foul deemed to have occurred outside the box. The decision drew even more ire when Mkhitaryan, already on a yellow card, wasn't shown a second. Midfielder Pedri didn't mince words after the match. "This isn't the first time we've had issues with this referee. UEFA needs to review this seriously." Every 50-50 decision went their way. Manager Hansi Flick echoed the sentiment, saying, "I won't go deep into the referee's performance, but every close call favored Inter." Barcelona's agonizing exit came after a dramatic late-game collapse, with Inter scoring twice in stoppage and extra time to seal a 4-3 win on the night and a 7-6 victory on aggregate. Now, FIFA has responded by suspending Marciniak, launching an official investigation into his performance. It's a strong statement from football's highest governing body, a message that even top-tier referees are not above scrutiny. Marciniak, who famously officiated the 2022 World Cup final, rarely finds himself in this position. His suspension underscores how serious the concerns are and could mark the beginning of broader reforms, especially regarding VAR usage and referee accountability in high-stakes matches. As the investigation unfolds, the football community is watching closely. The fallout could shape how refereeing is handled in future tournaments, and whether justice was served in this pivotal Barcelona match. That wraps up today's edition of BARCA News World. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from the world of BARCA. Until next time, Visca el Barca, and keep the passion for the beautiful game alive. Barcelona are hoping to sign 1 or 2 players this summer, but any incomings will be on hold until sales are made. The club's well-documented financial woes mean that funds need to be raised, and one player that be used to make money has already been decided by the club's sporting department. Barcelona play their final home match of the season against Villarreal on Sunday, and it could be the last time that multiple players are in front of a home crowd in Blaugrana colors. This scenario applies to Ansu Fati, whose days in the Catalan capital are said to be numbered. Barcelona aiming to sell Ansu Fati this summer. As reported by Sport, Barcelona have already decided that Fatti will be sold this summer. Despite playing himself back into Hansi Flick's plans in recent weeks, the 22-year-old attacker will not continue at the club beyond the end of this season. Fatti is on a very high wage, especially for someone of his squad status. And as such, Barcelona have been keen to get rid of him for a while. They tried to offload him in January, but he stood firm and denied all of the approaches that came his way, much to the frustration of club officials. But he has now changed his stance, which makes a summer exit all the more inevitable. Barcelona are prepared to accept a reduced fee in order to get Fatti off the books. As mentioned, the problem is his salary, so if that can be saved, it could make it more possible for a signing or two to be made this summer. Barcelona have already identified replacements. Once Fatti does leave, there is a desire to sign his replacement. Marcus Rashford continues to be monitored, but he is behind Luis Diaz in the pecking order as the Liverpool winger is the favored option of sporting director Deco. FC Barcelona have already achieved their targets for this season, having wrapped up the La Liga title with their win over RCD Espanyol, and although they still have 2 more games left to play in the league, one can assume their season to be already over. As a result, the Blaugranes can now focus on the upcoming season and the summer transfer window, for which Deco is already planning several moves. Keeping in view the success the Catalans have enjoyed this season, there are not a lot of changes expected in next year's squad. This should particularly be the case for the midfield, which has been one of Barcelona's key strengths this season. Barcelona interested in Adam Wharton. Still, Mundo Deportivo reports that the Blaugranes are being linked with a new midfield pivot, i.e. Adam Wharton, who plays for the Premier League side Crystal Palace. The 21-year-old midfielder has been one of the revelations in the Premier League this year, and according to some English outlets, Barcelona are one of the sides interested in him. Other big names linked with the young player include Real Madrid and Liverpool. Wharton has continued to grow with Crystal Palace since signing with them from Blackburn Rovers in the 2024 winter window. He was also a part of the English team for the UEFA Euro 2024. Prohibitive price tag. Thus, he would be quite an interesting acquisition for the Catalans. However, his youth and experience also make him quite expensive, and his estimated asking price is expected to lie around 70 million euros. It looks highly unlikely that Barcelona would invest such a high amount of money on a position that is not one of the most pressing needs of the team. Furthermore, the Catalans are engaged in negotiations for Frenkie de Jong, while Marc Bernal would also return to play next season, after recovering from his ACL tear. Seeing you on next video.